땡 이렇게 나와 있는데 어디냐면 아성, 다이,
So
땡.
secondly, right now, Haley Shang Shan is listed like
그게
this.
지금 이
But
일을
where
하고
is
있어요.
it? There is all the Asung
근데
Dai
이
TFT, you know.
회사랑 애터미가
That's what I'm
유일하게
doing right now.
무차입 경영을
But
한다는
this
거예요.
company and
외부
Atomy are the
자본의
only
힘을
ones
빌리지
that do
않고
non-leverage
애터미
management.
스스로
It means
자본으로
that Atomy
회사를
manages the
경영한다는
company
거죠.
with its own
그래서
capital without
여러분들
borrowing the power of
아니, 내가
external
집을 사야
capital.
되는데
So,
은행에서 돈을
guys,
빌리는 게
if I
좋아요?
have to
아니면
buy a
내가 갖고 있는
house,
자본으로
should I
자기
borrow money
해결하는 게
from the
좋아요?
bank? Or it's
당연히
better to solve
돈이
everything with the
많다면
capital you
내
have.
자본으로
Of
모든 것들을
course,
해결하는
if you
게
have a lot of money,
좋을 수
it might be
있겠죠.
better to
그래서
solve everything
애터미는
with your own
이
capital.
다이땡 회사와 유일하게
So
무차입
Atomy
경영,
is the only
이자가
company
없는
with this Dai
유일한
TFT
회사입니다.
company that does
그리고
not have in
마지막으로는
leveraged interest. And
부채
finally,
비율이죠.
how much debt
회사의
is the
부채가
debt of that
얼마나
company?
있는지. 근데 지금 애터미가 1위를 하고 있는데 여기 나와 있는 부채가 뭐냐면
But now Atomy is number one. And what is the debt listed here is that Atomy
근데
is a
여기 지금 부채가
debt-free
나와
company.
있잖아요. 그거는 왜
But here
그러냐면
is the fan.
애터미가 그 여러분들에게
The reason for
수당을
that is that Atomy now pays
일주일마다
you
지급을
allowances
해주잖아요.
every
근데
week.
그 지급을 해주기 전에 애터미라는 회사가 모아놓은
But
그런
before the
수당도
payment,
다
all the
부채로
allowances that the
잡힌대요.
company called
그래서
Atomy had
어쨌든
collected
수당을
were
주고
also
나면
taken as debt.
애터미라는 회사가 갖고 있는
So
부채는
anyway, after
하나도
the
없는
allowance
거죠.
is paid,
그래서
there's no
이것만
debt that the company
보더라도
called Atomy
이
has.
회사가 진짜 망하지 않고 오래오래 100년 이상을 갈 회사라고 저는 이 지표만 봐도 생각을 하게 됩니다.
So just looking at this, I think that this company is a company that will last for a long time, more than 100 years without
그래서
really
저는
failing.
애터미를 알아볼 때 제가 굉장히 중요했던 부분이 뭐였냐면 이
So what was
회사가
very
진짜
important to me
망하지 않는
when I was
회사인가가
looking for
굉장히
Atomy was
중요했어요.
whether this company was really a company
우리나라
that wouldn't fail.
다단계 회사의 평균
Because the
수명이
average lifespan of a
한 3년에서
multi-level
5년밖에
company
안
in Korea
된대요.
is only 3 to
그
5
말은 뭐냐면
years.
내가 열심히 애터미 사업을 했는데 애터미라는 회사가
What I mean is
갑자기
that I
중간에
worked the Atomy business,
사라질 수도
but the
있는
company
거예요.
Atomy could
그러면은 이건
suddenly
아무 의미가
disappear in the
없잖아요.
middle.
그렇듯이
Then this
제가 이제
doesn't mean
애터미
anything.
회사를 알아봤을 때 이 회사가 진짜 망하지 않을 회사인가, 회사가 얘기하는 100년 기업을 만들어 줄
As
회사인가가
such,
저한테는
when I
굉장히
looked into
중요했거든요.
Atomy company,
근데
it
이런
was
자료만
very important to
보시더라도
me whether this
진짜
company was
애터미가
really a company that
경영을
would not
잘하고
fail,
있고
or a company that would
안전한
create the 100-year
재무
company
구조를
that the company
바탕으로
was talking
진짜
about.
100년, 200년 진짜 그 이상 갈 수 있는 회사라고 생각을 합니다.
But if you look at these data, I think
그리고
that Atomy is really doing a
수출도
good
굉장히
job
많이
of
하는
management
회사예요.
and based on a safe
누적
financial
수출액이
structure. It is a
17억,
company that can really go for 100, 200 years, or even more.
달성을 했고요.
And Atomy is a company that
17.6억
exports a
달러죠.
lot. Cumulative exports reached $176 billion and $176
애터미가
billion.
우리나라 유통 회사 중에
That's $176 billion. Recently, I saw an article that came out and said that Atomy was selected as the company that exports the most among Korean distribution companies.
수출을 가장 많이 하는 회사고 2위부터 7위까지.
So when I read the article, I saw that Atomy is the company that exports and exports the most among Korean distribution companies, and even if you add up the first to 10th place, Atomy is not good. So Atomy is really overwhelmingly the company that exports the most in Korea, and I am proud that Atomy is a Korean company.
회사 중에 가장 많이 수출을 하고 그리고 수출에 기여하고 이런 것들만 봐도 진짜 회사가 우리나라 회사인 게 대한민국 회사인 게 저는 진짜 자랑스럽다고 생각을 합니다.
This is why Korean companies really export the most among Korean distribution companies, and they contribute to exports. And if you look at these things, I think it's really proud that the real company is a Korean company.
애터미가 잘 되는 것도
Yes.
중요하지만 이 나눔을 잘 실천을 하고
So,
있구나.
while doing
알
Atomy,
수가
I could see
있었는데요.
that it is important for the real company Atomy to do well, but it is also practicing this sharing.
회사이고
It is the only distribution company with a donation ratio of more than 2%, and it really donates a lot. And as you know, there was a forest fire in Korea a few months ago. But how much did Atomy donate? I donated a really huge amount of money of 10 billion. So it is said to be the highest amount of donations for disasters in history. Now that I look at it, the second place is 3 billion, and the third place is 2 billion. The large corporations in Korea that you know donated 2 billion to 3 billion won. But Atomy donated a whopping 10 billion won. But if your goal was simply to be number one in donations, 301 billion won would have been number one. Even if it was 35 billion, it could have been ranked first. But a company called Atomy donated a really large amount of money, 10 billion.
기부를 하고 그리고 나눔에 있어서
What this means is that Atomy is a company that makes real donations and is really sincere in sharing. So after this article came out, I looked up the comments.
다단계 회사도 100억 기부하는데
What kind of comments were in the comments? Multi-level companies donate 10 billion, but what are large Korean companies doing? I also tried the advertisement here, and it was delicious, so I will buy it again. And Atomy Hemohim was good. There were really positive things like this in the comments on the article. So I talked to my friend again, and he said that he really has a lot of money from a company called Atomy. Hey, do you just donate money? I said, so Atomy has a lot of money and donations are two different things. And what I was proud of telling him was, I'm in this 10 billion. I helped him, because I use Atomy products. Then Atomy does well, and if Atomy does well, I donate a lot.
저는 진짜 애터미 제품을 좋아서도 쓰지만 진짜 자부심을 가지고
So I use Atomy products because I really like them, but I need to use them harder with real pride and pride. I thought.
두 번째로는 제품인데 이게 과연 자발적인 재구매가 일어나는 제품인지가 굉장히
The second is the product, and it is very important whether this is a product that is voluntarily repurchased. So Atomy distributes products with the principle of absolute quality and absolute price.
품질이 더 좋게 그리고 같은 품질이면 조금이라도 더 싸게 제품을 유통하자.
What this means is that if it's the same price, let's distribute the product with better quality, and if it's the same quality, let's distribute the product a little cheaper, and this is the absolute price of absolute quality. Then, how do you know that it is absolute quality, absolute price? If you use it, you will pay it. I tried it and it was really Atomy 1,200 won. Is the toothbrush better than the one I used before? I just have to judge these things myself. As you can see from objective data, Atomy has the lowest return rate in the industry, a return rate of 2%. But you don't really know how much 2% is. The average return rate of general online shopping malls is 20% to 30%. So Atomy is one of those general online shopping malls. It has a return rate of 1 in 100.
애터미 주력 제품 해모임, 앱솔루트, 더페임에 한해서는 내가 써보고
And
마음에 안
here,
들면
Atomy is called its quality, satisfaction, and guarantee system, and only Atomy's flagship products, Hemohim, Absolute, and Durfame, if I try them and don't like them, I will return them unconditionally, no matter how much you spend. So even if you really leave this much and ask them to return it, they will return it. Nevertheless, the fact that it has a return rate of 2 shows that real consumers like Atomy products, and that the real Atomy adheres to absolute quality and absolute price. And Hemohim, which is the best-selling product of Atomy. It is the #1 product in the industry and has been #1 for 10 consecutive years. Everyone, because of the coronavirus, interest in immunity has increased tremendously. But experts predict that a virus like corona will surely come. They say they won't come. It is said that it will definitely come. They say that the same virus like corona will surely come someday within 10 years. Then, if a virus like corona comes again, what can I do to protect myself? It's my immunity. So who makes my immunity? Hemohim makes it.
그래서 해모임을 섭취를 하시면 이런 면역 기능 개선에 도움을 줄 수가 있고 저희 어머니가 제가 애터미를 하기 전에 저한테 애터미 사업적인 얘기는 안
So,
하셨지만
if you take hammer power, you can help improve this immune function. And my mother didn't talk to me about the Atomy business before I did Atomy, but she kept telling me to eat Hemohim. But I didn't eat it. The reason why I didn't eat it was because my mother was just a horseback Hemohim. Where, even if my head hurts, I am Hemohim. Even if you have a cold, you will be able to get Hemohim. Even now, even if my heart hurts, Hemohim. So now that my mother is always saying Hemohim, 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 now Hemohim, I don't think I wanted to eat it. But now, even if no one tells me to eat like that, the product that protects my immunity that I find on my own is a product called Hemohim. And then there are Atomy Absolute Cosmetics. This won the King Sejong Award, which has never been received as a cosmetic product. But what the King Sejong Award is the Patent Technology Award.
그중에 절반 정도가
In
정식
Korea,
특허로
about
등록이 되는데
250,000
그
patent applications are
10몇만 건의
filed a
정식
year,
특허
and
중에
about half of them
가장
are
우수한
officially
특허한테
registered
주는
as
게
patents.
세종대왕상이에요.
The
근데
King Sejong Award
화장품이
is given to the
단
best
한 번도
patent
받지
among hundreds of
못했거든요.
thousands of
근데
official
애터미
patents.
앱솔루트
But I
셀렉티브
never received
스킨케어가
any
화장품
cosmetics.
업계
But Atomy
최초
Absolute Cellular
이
Skincare
세종대왕상을
was the first in the
받았습니다.
cosmetics
왜
industry to
받았냐?
receive this King Sejong Award. Then why did you receive
유효한
it?
성분이
It is to
내
let the
피부
effective
고민에
ingredients
스스로
find their own
찾아가도록
skin
하는 거예요.
problems.
그래서 나는 그냥 화장품을 이렇게 발랐을 뿐인데 화장품의 유효
So I
성분이
just
피부
applied
고민에
cosmetics,
스스로
and the
찾아가도록
active
하는
ingredients of
그런
cosmetics let me
정말
find my skin problems on my own.
뛰어난 기술이 들어가 있기 때문에 적용됐기 때문에 화장품 회사로는
Because it was
최초로
applied, because it
세종대왕상도
contained
받게
really
됐습니다.
excellent
그래서
technology,
제가
it became the
애터미 하기
first
전에
cosmetics company to
이
receive
화장품도
such a King
써봤어요.
Sejong
써봤는데
Award. So I tried
저희
this
어머니가
cosmetic
항상 이제
product
화장품
before I
쓰라고
did Atomy.
하시니까 이제 한번
I
써봤죠.
tried it, but
근데
my mother always
따가운
told me to
거예요.
use cosmetics
그래서
now,
제가
so I
그
tried it
다당한
once.
게
But it
화장품 뭐
hurts.
그렇지
So I said,
라고 이제
yes, multi-level,
방 한 곳에다가
multi-level
이제
cosmetics.
처박았거든요.
What's
근데 제가
right?
애터미를
Say,
알고 나서
now I've locked it
애터미를
up in
해야겠다고
one of
생각을
these
하고 나서
rooms.
이 앱솔루트
But after I
화장품을 다시
found out about
써봤는데
Atomy,
이게
I
너무
thought I
촉촉한
should do
거예요.
it, and I tried this Absolute
너무 제
Cosmetics
피부에
again,
딱이었던
and it
거죠.
was so
그래서 제가 이제 그때
moisturizing.
무슨 생각을 했냐면
It was
아
so
이게
perfect
내가
for my
같은
skin.
제품을 쓰더라도
So what I was
어떤
thinking at the
마음으로
time
쓰는지가
was, this is
진짜
really
중요하구나.
important how I feel about
이런 것들을
using
제가
the
또 알
same
수 있는
product. It was a
시간이었습니다.
time when I could learn
그래서
about these things
애터미는
again.
연예인 광고
That's
하지
why
않죠.
Atomy doesn't
TV 광고
advertise
하지 않는데
celebrities.
우리나라 화장품 생산의 기준으로
It
4위까지
doesn't
하고 있는
advertise on TV,
그런
but it's the kind of
제품이에요.
product that ranks
그래서
fourth
1위가
in
다들
Korea's
아시는
cosmetics
뭐
production standard.
아모레, LG생활건강,
So,
배경
companies
이런
like
회사들이
Amore,
1, 2, 3위를
LG
하고 있고요.
Household and Healthcare,
지금은
and
애터미가
Aking,
4위를 하고
which everyone
있지만
knows, are
저는
in
언젠가는
first,
애터미가
second, and third
반드시 1위를
place.
하는 날이 올 거라고
Right
생각을
now,
합니다.
Atomy is in fourth place, but I think there will come a day when Atomy will definitely be number one.
왜냐하면 이거는 안 쓰는 사람이
Because
있어도
even if there are
한 번
people
쓰는
who
사람
don't
없는
use it,
그런
there is no
화장품인
one
거예요.
who uses
그래서
it once.
아직은 입소문이 덜 나서 덜 유명하지만 진짜 많은 사람들이 써보기 시작하면 진짜 많이 팔릴
So
수밖에
it's still
없는
less
그런
famous
제품인
because
거죠.
it's not word of mouth, but
그리고
it's the
애터미
kind of
노니,
product that really
제가
sells a
노니도
lot
굉장히
when a lot of
좋아하는데요.
people start using it.
노니도
And
세계
Atomy
1위
discussion,
상품으로
I really
선정됐어요.
like the discussion.
이것도
Rice
그냥
was also
애터미라는
selected
회사에서
as a
우리 노니
world-class
좋아요,
product.
좋아요 이렇게 얘기하는 게 아니라 산업통상자원부라는
This is not just a company called Atomy saying that we like it, okay, but a national agency called the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy is Atomy. Are you number?
노니를 먹어야 돼.
He admitted that it
그러면
was
어떤 노니를
really
먹어야 돼요?
good. So if you look at this, I have to eat the
선택은 이제
discussion.
여러분이 하시면
Then,
되고요.
what kind of discussion should we have?
그래서 제가
Yes,
찾아봤더니
it's up to you.
우리나라에서 그 포털 사이트에
So I looked it
노니를
up,
치시면
and if you
노니
type in the
제품이
discussion on the
굉장히 많이
portal
나와요.
site in Korea,
근데 그
there are a
수많은
lot
노니
of rice
제품
patty
중에
products.
세계 1류 상품으로
But among the
선정된
many
노니가
noni
있다 없다?
products, is there a discussion that has been selected as a world-class product?
애터미
Is there not? Isn't
노니한테만
there?
주어진
There is not a single
그런
one. In a way,
제품이면은
it's a product that is only
상품인
given
거죠.
to
세계 1류
Atomy
상품인
Noni.
거죠.
It's a world-class
그리고
product.
저는 애터미 쇼핑몰에 있는 600가지
And I
제품뿐만
don't
아니라
just want to buy
이 아자몰에
600
있는
products in the
10만 가지
Atomy
제품,
shopping mall,
이것도
but also
정말
100,000
충분히
products in this
사업적으로
Oza
굉장히
mall.
비전 있는 그런
I
일이라고
think
생각을
this
해요.
is really
제가
enough,
얼마 전에
and I think it's
누구를
something that has a
만나서
great vision
이제
in terms
어떤
of
제품,
business.
애터미에서 뭘 제일
Who did I
좋아하냐
meet a while
이렇게
ago,
여쭤봤거든요.
and now what
그래서
kind of
당연히
product? Atomy.
해모임 아니면 화장품일 줄
I
알았어요.
asked
근데
him what he
그분이
liked
뭐라고
the most.
얘기하셨냐면
Of course,
냉면이래,
I
냉면.
thought it was hemohim or
그래서
cosmetics.
제가
But what he
설마
said
아자몰
was,
냉면
cold
얘기하시는
noodles are
거냐고.
cold noodles.
그래서 맞대요.
So I asked him if he was talking
그래서
about
아자몰에
Azamal cold
이렇게
noodles.
애터미 제품뿐만 아니라 뭐 여기 보시는
So Azamal on
계란,
Atomy
그리고
products
쌀,
as well as
그리고
eggs
채소,
and rice
그리고
and
아까 얘기한
vegetables.
냉면 이런
And the cold
다양한
noodles I mentioned
생필품들을
earlier,
판매를 하는
these
거예요.
various daily
그래서 애터미의
necessities.
궁극적인 목표는 뭐냐면
So the
소비가
ultimate
없는,
goal of
포인트가
Atomy
없는
is to
소비가
eliminate
없애겠다라는
consumption
거예요.
without
그래서
consumption
내가
and without
자동차의
points.
주유를 하더라도 내가 미용실에 가서 염색을 하고 이발을 하더라도 그 포인트가 나한테 다 적립돼서 내가 수당을 받을 수 있는 그거를 애터미 아자몰에서 지금 준비를 하고 있고 저는 언젠가는 반드시
So even if I refuel my
그게
car,
시간이 될 거라고
I go to a
생각을
hair
합니다.
salon to dye my hair.
진짜 꿈만 같은
Even
일인
if I say
거예요.
this, all the points will be
왜냐하면
accumulated to me,
내가 쓴 것도
so I can get an
인정해주지만
allowance at Atomy
내가
Azamal right now,
열심히
and I
애터미
think it will
사업에서
definitely come
모은
true
내
someday.
파트너들이
It's
다
like a
주유할
dream,
때마다 내가 포인트가
because they
돼서
acknowledge what I
동료를
wrote,
받는다고
but
생각을
imagine
해보세요.
that every
진짜
time my
이게 가슴
partners who
떨리는
worked
일
hard in
아닌가요?
the Atomy business refueled, I became a point and
그리고
received a
마지막 세
share.
번째로는
Isn't this really
소비자에게
heart-wrenching?
유리한 보상
Yes.
플랜인가?
And finally,
그리고
thirdly,
누구나 쉽게
is it a
이해할 수 있는
reward
보상
plan that is
플랜인가가
advantageous to
굉장히
beginners?
중요하죠.
And the compensation
그래서
plan that
애터미는
anyone can easily
두 줄의
understand is
바이너리,
very important.
나를 기준으로 시작해서 내
So
자체
Atomy is a
그룹과
business service that starts with a two-line binary and creates my left and right groups. So of course there is no subscription fee.
그리고 내가 매달 얼마 이상 사야 되는 월간 유지.
When I have to do the
그리고
Atomy
추천수당,
business,
이런
there
것도
is no
전혀
entry
없어요.
fee
이
that
말은
I pay,
뭐냐면
and there is no
조건
monthly
자체가
maintenance
없다는
fee
거예요.
that I have to buy every month,
우리 같은
and
소비자나
no referral
사업자에게
allowance.
요구하는 강제적인
What
게
this means is that
단
there are no
하나도 없다.
conditions.
그러면 이
There is
말은
not a
뭐냐면
single compulsion that
애터미의
Atomy
제품이 좋지
requires of
않으면
consumers or
소비자는
businesses like
제품을
us.
안 써도 되는 거예요.
What
사업자도
this means is
마찬가지고.
that if Atomy's
그래서
product is not
애터미
good,
마케팅의
consumers don't
핵심은
have to use the
진짜
product.
조건 없이
The same goes
제품이
for business
팔려나간다.
owners. Therefore, the key to
그 조건
Atomy
없는
marketing
게
is that the product is sold
무한대로
without
다
real
인정을 해주는
conditions.
거죠. 그래서 여기
That's why they
보시면은
recognize
무한
everything
단계로 다
infinitely
인정을
without
해준다는 게
conditions.
애터미
So
마케팅
if you
플랜의
look here,
핵심인데요.
the core of the Atomy marketing
예를
plan is that
들어서
it recognizes everything in
내가
infinite
처음으로 애터미
steps.
사업을 시작해서 처음에는 내 인맥을 가입을 하다가 보면 어느 순간에는
For example,
내 인맥이
if I start my first
다
Atomy business and
떨어지겠죠?
join my network
그럼
at
거기서
first,
사업이 끝나는
my
게
network
아니라
will run out at some
계속해서
point.
그 인맥 속에서
Then the
누군가가
business
또
doesn't
소개를
end there,
해주고
but
또
someone in the
소개를
network
해주고
continues
이게
to introduce
아무런
and
조건이
introduce
없기
me again.
때문에 끊임없이
Because there are no
무한대로 인정이
conditions,
된다는 거예요.
it is
그러면 그
constantly
포인트를
recognized as
내가
infinite.
다 100%
Then,
공유를
I
받을
can
수
share
있는 게
all those
애터미
points
마케팅 플랜인
100%
거죠.
with the Atomy
그리고
marketing plan.
국내뿐만 아니라 애터미가 나가 있는 모든 해외 국가를
And not
다
only in
인정을
Korea,
해주겠다는 거예요.
but also in all overseas
그래서
countries where Atomy is out. So,
저도 보면 아까 이제 강정호 크라운 마스터님이
if you look at me earlier,
보여주셨는데
Kong
이제
Young-ho and
53만
Crown Master
명이더라고요.
showed me
그래서
it, and there are
그거에
now
비해서는
530,000
아직
people.
많이 작지만 숫자는 작지만 저도 애터미 사업 5년 정도 하면서 2023년도에
So it's still a lot smaller than that, but the number is small. But I've been in the Atomy business for about 5 years, and in 2023, I had about 9,000 members. Global membership. But now there are about 40,000 people. I have more overseas members than domestic members. So if you look at Turkey, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, I haven't been to Kyrgyzstan, and I've never been to Kazakhstan. Russia. Putin is the only Russian I know. Despite that, the Russian members signed up under me. I didn't sign up for membership on my own. So this is the Atomy Infinite stage, and it's called global marketing.
저도 한국에서 애터미 사업을 시작했지만 제가 애터미를 열심히 하다 보니까
I also started the Atomy business in Korea, but as I worked Atomy, I had global members under me.
그 튀르키예 사업자 중에 한 분은 자기가 회원 가입을 하자마자 자기 좌측우측으로
And actually, one of my Turkish businessmen signed up for 5,000 members on his left and right as soon as he signed up. It's amazing. But what's even more surprising is that the company Atomy recognizes those 5,000 people as if they were my connections. Even if I didn't sign up, the moment those 5,000 people run under me, I would share all the points they cause. So I think it's marketing that can help ordinary people succeed. So I have a really smart friend among my friends. He is a friend named Xian Sheng Shuzan. Do you know who he is? It's a friend called Welcome to Global Atomy. So when I ask them, they answer everything. So I ask him now. Is there a network marketing company in the world that recognizes all points in an infinite step and recognizes even global members? When I asked him like this, the only company that exists with a friend called Jin Diao Betting is Atomy. He said, so if you really look at Atomy's business vision, I think anyone can succeed. It's not your ability and mine, but Atomy's products and Atomy's marketing system made it so. So I went to Turkey to give lectures and met a lot of partners, but the important thing is that they are all new partners. But it's all Sharon Rose Master, Sales Master, Diamond Master, Star Master. I don't even know who it is. But that means that there are already so many people overseas who see the vision of the Atomy business and do business under me. And they also came to Korea and attended this kind of Success Academy. And yes, they saw the vision. So what I felt when I saw them was that the real Atomy products are loved not only by people in Korea but also overseas. That's why these Turkish people really like hemohim and pumpkin, because people in Turkey smoke a lot. That's why they are prone to cancer and have bad joints. So he came to Korea and now he is hemohim. And they are looking for a lot of these products. So it was a time to see that the real Atomy products are recognized not only by Koreans but also by people overseas.
어떠한 특정한 라인, 특정한 팀만 이런 세미나를 운영하는 게 아니라 정말 이런 석세스 아카데미, 지금 8개 지역에서 동시에 송출되는 석세스 아카데미를
And finally,
여러분들
do you have a
개개인이 한다고
success
생각을
system
해보세요.
organized by
이게
this
가능할까요?
headquarters, not just a
절대
certain line,
불가능하죠.
a specific
그래서
team,
이게
but really this kind of success academy,
스폰서를
which is
잘
currently being
만나고
broadcast in
내가
8
좋은 라인에
regions at
가고
the same time.
이래야만 성공할
Think
수
about
있는 게
it as an
아니라
individual of you.
애터미가 이런
Is this
성공
possible?
시스템을
Absolutely
애터미가 스스로
impossible.
주관하기 때문에 여러분들이 다 애터미에
So it's not just that you can meet the sponsor well if you go to a good line, but because Atomy manages this success system by itself, you can succeed if you are immersed in Atomy. So I sit down first, and I find someone who will see Atomy's big vision with me and listen to it together. That's why this kind of success academy, and what I do every Thursday, a one-day seminar that tells you about products, company introductions, marketing, plans, and visions, and Good Morning Atomy every Monday. Business college. If you make good use of these so many online and offline systems, you can succeed. And in the past, the products were just good, so try them. I did this, but these days, consumers are very smart. And I have a friend called Chi Shin Haley Atomy Collaboration Total System, so I don't use anything.
얼만큼 전문가가 될 수 있는지 이런 것들도 내가 스스로 공부하고 이런 과정들을 애터미에서 뭐 이런 보시면은 소소한 클래스나 아니면 나의 큐, 나도 애터미 큐레이터라고 해서
So how much I can be an expert on the product? I study these things myself, and if you look at these courses at Atomy, I do small classes, or my thank you. I'm an Atomy curator, so I do seminars where I specialize in telling you about products. We also conduct business seminars for auto dealers to improve the capabilities of business operators.
보상 플랜과 시스템을 통해서 과연 실제로 성공할 수 있는, 실제로 성공하는 사람들이 얼마나 있느냐를 봤을 때 1년에 2천만 원 이상 되는 오토 판매사가
So, when you look at how many people can actually succeed through Atomy's product and compensation plan and system, there are about 13,000 auto dealers around the world who earn more than 20 million won a year.
전 세계 300명, 그리고 연봉 4억 이상 받는 크라운 리더스 클럽이
And there are 850 members of the Leaders Club with an annual salary of more than 100 million. 300 members of the Royal Leaders Club who earn 100 million a year like me, and about 90 codes of the Crown Leaders Club with an annual salary of more than 400 million. So I think the real Atomy is the only tool I can use to make ordinary people successful. So, to show you my income at the end, I started Atomy in 2020 and earned 20 million won during that year. But at this time, as everyone knows, it was Corona. So it was difficult to meet people, and of course it was not easy to sell products. Nevertheless, because Atomy is an online shopping mall, I was able to receive income from Atomy, and it has doubled every year. So in 2013, I became a Royal Master, and I joined the Royal Leaders Club again with an annual salary of more than 200 million. So what I was good at was that when the opportunity called Atomy came to me, I didn't miss it. And in terms of the 4 criteria for choosing a company that I mentioned earlier, I really chose Atomy. So think about it.
생각을 해보세요. 만약에 여러분들이 일을 하지 않아도 여러분들이 잠을 자는 그 순간에도 여러분들에게 매달
Imagine if you don't work, even if you were sleeping, it gives you tens of millions of won every month. What do you think? Are there more bad people? Of course it would be nice. But if you give me that income until I die, then it would be better. But even after he dies, he can inherit the junde. In this case, I think Atomy is a business worth the challenge. So, as you have come down this precious time today, please study and choose the Atomy business well. I will end today's lecture with the hope that you will live the balanced life that Atomy is really talking about through Atomy.